Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another SEcontentengineers Space Engineers Survival playthrough on our collaborative server. And we are making our final preps before getting underway in RV1 to start our trip to the city center. And as we're making those final preps, I wanted to take a moment to actually spotlight a grid that I used to help rebuild our base after the last time we got attacked while I logged off. And I am going to sell this grid over at the Trade Operators Coalition trade station. But before I did that, I wanted to take a moment to show you guys this little ship and just highlight how helpful it was for me. I'm currently sitting in the cockpit. I want to make sure to give the creator the credit for this. There we go. This is just called cargo ship. It was this is the author right here, 0310 NIS. This is quite old. It's been around for a long time. I've had it for years. I have used it occasionally, but it is just a small grid cargo ship, atmospheric. It has, I want to say, 6 medium containers, if I remember. But anyway, we're going to go through the quick notes. No mods, no DLC, no pistons, no rotors, no scripts needed, no timer blocks. It does have a remote control. It's vanilla. It's atmospheric. Small cargo ship designed for moving large amounts of material in a small package. It is actually really good for moving ore from a drill rig to your base. Instructions for what the toolbar functions are. It has a maintenance projector, an antenna, remote block, of course, ore detector. It does have 4 timer blocks. You don't need them, but you can use them for other things. Beacons, 6 large batteries, 10 small batteries, 4 small reactors, a solar panel for charging, 7 medium cargo storages, a lower and a rear connector. It does have a conveyor sorter, although I did not build that for this particular build that I did. I removed the sorter and just moved the connector up. 4 gyros, so it's very maneuverable. It's got spotlights, large thrusters. It actually has 2 down thrusters. I was just thinking about it. I probably don't need those. It's got 4 landing gear, and that is right here. Is this, and I will leave a link to this in the description. But I just wanted to show you this, and let's take a quick exterior look. Now, besides removing the sorter, another modification that I did was I added this welder to the back to make this something I could use to help rebuild RV1, and it has worked flawlessly. It's a little more difficult driving it backwards, but it absolutely worked. I'm not going to bother taking it off. Where you see that conveyor junction on the starboard side there connected to the welder, it used to be one of these black conveyor elbows or C-sections. So plenty of lift capability with the 4 large atmospherics. Like I said, this is a very capable little cargo carrier. It's not huge, but it has very good cargo space. Anyway, I just wanted to take a moment to show you guys this. I am going to go take this and sell it now, but I wanted to give this particular grid a spotlight just because it was so helpful for me during that repair process. So I'll take this over and trade this in. I'll let you know how much I get for it, and then we'll be back. Now, for those of you who were paying attention, you'll notice that my toolbar did not match what was in the blueprint description. That is because I set my toolbars up the way I like them, so that I can use like a cruise control type mode. But otherwise, with the exception of the changes that I told you about, this is what you get. 3.3 million. Not terrible. All right, we got back. I am not going to be selling this arrowhead. We're going to leave this here just in case something happens on our trip and we lose the RV and we have to respawn back here. But this is a captured arrowhead. The only change I have added to this is that I have replaced the block that is underneath this spotlight with a projector, and I have replaced this 1x2 half block or slope block with a front-facing camera. That is it. And when I've used it, then I will bring it, if it's got damage, I bring it back over here to these welders to do flyby repairs as long as it can still fly. So RV1 is completely built. This is the fully built configuration with the not just the solar panel awning, but the using the neon tubes to create the frame and leg effect. Did not have that built when I first revealed this to you guys. But the idea with this is that we're actually going to grind this stuff away, and then we are going to place it in storage in here. We'll place it in the passenger bench. Yes, I've got some stuff I have been collecting to stock us up. Got some extra tools, med kits, power kits, not as much, but just about as much basic ingots as I can carry. So if we need to build something on the way, we can. These materials here that I've put in the survival kit, as well as these small tubes, which won't go in a survival kit, are the materials required to make one wind turbine and a number of steel plate to make the platform, as well as a small connector so that when I get ready to log off, I can charge up and hopefully not die. So got a couple extra, got an extra rifle, a rifle kit, and in a lot of these storage places, because we don't have a ton of stuff, you'll find ice. So that we have oxygen, so that I always have a source of hydrogen, hopefully, as well as fuel for the hydrogen engine. Extra bottles. The small connector has a little bit of ice in it, but that'll get pulled out. Weapons rack, and then it doesn't show on here because it doesn't show up in a grid inventory. It's a personal inventory you have to look at. But in our storage unit back here, we have ice. So as you can tell, I believe ice is very important. And that's what we're going to put there. Before I start grinding any of this down in preparations for taking off, I will disconnect this. I will move it out some, make whatever changes I need to here on this platform to get rid of these panels so that they don't get pulled in. But I'm going to re-blueprint this, update the blueprint, and then we will get on the way. I am curious to see, we've got a connection problem. Great. Oh, goodness, get me into a... Okay, that was close. I need to get into one of these. Actually, let's try to get... Let's try to get into a actual cryopod. I am going to be leaving Cub here, both of them. Once we get to the city center, as long as we get there safely, I'll rebuild a robo factory, and we'll pull them out there to use to help build our RV park. That's pretty much it, guys. I do have concerns about the suspension, since I was having some issues on that with our first build of RV1. I may have to remove the center wheel on each side of the rear wheel set. We run 6 wheels in the rear. Collision boxes, because they're as close as they can be, the collision boxes sometimes lock up the wheels. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I've had it not pose a problem before, and then I've had it pose a problem, so I guess we'll see. That's my only concern. We have a straight, I don't know, we don't have it's not straight. What I'm trying to say is that I am going to start heading in the direction that is our fastest directional route. So for us, I think that's going to be real quick. So you can see city center here. That is in front of us, which means if I were to drive in this direction, that is the shortest path if I was taking a straight path to the city center. Now, what's in the way between here and there, I don't know. And of course, we'll have to adjust as needed. We do have this, unfortunately, this military installation and a couple security outposts over here. I don't think we're going to have to worry about those. I think we can stay far enough away from them that we don't have to worry about it. We will have to keep in mind, though, that there are parallax ships that will approach and land at these places, and sometimes they have escorts. That is it. I had hoped to show you more, but since we had a little connection problem there, and I don't want to get stuck out and lose the tools and stuff that I have in my inventory, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I just wanted to show you, first of all, the small grid cargo ship that was such a help for me in rebuilding the base and getting everything ready for this trip to start. I wanted to show you what kind of materials I was planning on bringing with me in RV1. That was pretty much it. Show you a couple of other things around the base that were there. The arrowhead, like I said, we're going to keep that. I am going to keep the safe zone up on this frontier outpost as my, we'll call it my safe spawn point. So, hope you guys liked the video. Remember, hit that like button and then subscribe. Click the notification bell. Share it with anybody you think might like it, and leave me comments. Tell me what you think. We're going to get rolling here soon, guys. I look forward to it. I hope you join me. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And always, always be safe. Remember, close that visor. Don't forget your dampeners. And I'll see you on the other side. But until then, I should go.